Hey guys, Kamaya here. Today we're not going to do a book review. I actually have one coming for you later this week, so fear not. But today we're actually going to discuss Juneteenth. And the reason why I wanted to discuss Juneteenth is because I'm actually going to have Evolve and Succubus up for free in the Amazon Kindle shop and for that day. So I really wanted you guys to kind of understand why this day is so important to me and so important to many others in our beautiful country. It is, if you never heard of Juneteenth, Juneteenth is about June 19th, 1865. Okay, essentially the U.S. was telling Texas, like, hey guys, like, keep for your slaves. Like, it's not funny, but it's just like they're just basically like, can you get on it? Can you get on? Like, you're done. Like, you lost. Everything's over. Free your slaves. Okay. That's pretty much what that's the celebration of. And just a little extra history. In December of that same year, 1865, they actually enacted the 13th Amendment, which actually really solidified it, made it concrete. You cannot have slaves. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But it's extremely important and stuff because, first of all, that's not that long ago. When you really think about it, it really isn't that long ago. And that's really important because that's when everyone got to be free. You know what I mean? Like, July 4th, I understand that that's cool. You know, we got our like, the actual country got its independence. Certain people in this country got independence, but my ancestors, unfortunately, were being tortured, raped, sold, beaten. Their kids were getting sold away from them, like families ripped apart, women getting cut up in fields, their babies ripped out of them and just left there to die. This is real stuff, okay? Like, and you guys have watched my videos, you understand, like, I'm very, like, brutally honest with what happened, what's going on, and that's what was happening, you know, when America got its independence. So, you know, Juneteenth is so important because that's when everyone was, like, officially free. The only thing though is that I kind of would prefer the date really to be more around when the 14th Amendment was enacted, because that's essentially eliminating the 3/5 compromise, which, if you don't know, is when say you have like a group of black people, only 3 of them count as people. That's the best way to describe it. It was supposed to be made for like a voting system or whatever, but that's the real crystal cut, no sugar coating, no covering anything up. Black people were not looked at as full humans back then, which is, when you think about it, that's really atrocious and stuff. Like, if I, myself, my brother, you know, existed back then, we wouldn't be human. And I think that's really important to kind of like acknowledge. And considering that the 14th Amendment kicked in only 3 years after that, that says a lot. You know what I mean? Like, when people say that racism doesn't exist anymore, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Because that was only about 153 years ago that we became citizens of the country that we built. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, 153 years, that's it. And stuff, like, we've only been citizens for that long. So I think that's something to really use your freaking brain to think about. I'm trying to keep this clean because my family watches this, but I tend to curse a lot when I think about like American history because I get so frustrated and stuff. And I get the most frustrating part is just like a lot of people don't take the time to understand the full American history. Like, there's just so many things people don't like try and read about. All they think about is like, oh, you know, people, you know, white people came and they took land from the natives, and then they enslaved black people, and then after that everyone immigrated and it was fine. Like, no, that's not how it went. There were, you know, Asians in the mix too. There were Hispanics, especially like Mexicans, being driven out and stuff. So I think, and there's even Native Americans who own slaves. A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, that happened. So I think it's definitely worth it to really look at, you know, even the messy side of history, because at least for those of us who were on the receiving end of the most brutal moments in history, we're taught this at home. We're not taught this in schools and stuff. So, you know, take time to learn about it. You know, the internet's a beautiful thing. But yeah, so that is the significance of Juneteenth. Everyone was declared free. That was a lot. I talked really fast. So yeah, please try to celebrate this. You don't have to get rid of July 4th. I personally don't celebrate July 4th because, like I said, my people weren't free. But, you know, I think it's really important for all of us as Americans to try and integrate something like this into, you know, future American history, because it's so important for all of us to acknowledge we're all Americans, we're all humans, we all deserve rights, and we all deserve to have our histories acknowledged. So get it. Get that. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, Juneteenth, definitely look out for Evolve and Succubus to be on sale. And that's really all I have for you guys. Oh, and a book review coming later this week, like I said earlier. Full circle. But that's it. Why am I burping in all my videos lately? I need to stop eating cheese before I do this. All right. Love you guys. Bye.